If you've ever been to a local or a major tournament, you'll notice that the Leverless controllers are here to stay. And in the world of controllers, we all know some of these options can be a little bit expensive. However, Haute42, which are rebranding their name to CosmoX, actually decided to provide me with a couple of controllers just to prove that you can get some quality hardware out of the depths of AliExpress. These are the CosmoX Hautepad R16 and S16. I'm getting matchup checked by a box, man. Okay, there we go. So overall, they're great controllers. They feel good right at the bat and the responsiveness feels just right. Even though AliExpress is known for cheaper alternatives for most products, CosmoX pads actually end up on the same aisle as the bigger boys of arcade controllers. With the R16 ranging around $170 and the S16 $120, it's quite a buck that ends up giving you a lot of bang. However though, CosmoX is currently holding a special sale, which is cutting more than half of the price during this month of November. So if you're interested in any of these, make sure to visit the official CosmoX page over on AliExpress to make sure you save more than half the price. But these are just incredibly easy to get to work. You just plug in the cable and you're good to go. Now the S16 does sit a little bit less comfortably on your lap, but the R16 is just wide enough just to feel a little bit more stable. They're compatible with Switch, Xbox, and PC, and they're also compatible with PS4. However, if you want to get around that 8-minute timeout, you're gonna have to take some extra steps. But hey, nothing a little Google search won't solve, right? Buttons are all Kale Crystal low-profile switches, which are the best in the market, and they feel responsive, clicky, and let the LEDs shine through the pad. However, if you're not completely happy with it, both controllers are extremely moddable, not only on the switches, but the caps, LED patterns, SOCD modes, splash screen, and overall art. I really think what makes the R16 unique is its clean presentation. The black flexi board is this kind of like matte quality, which kind of like holds down your hand while you're playing. On the other hand, the S16 follows the see-through plexi board, which lets you see the labels on the buttons, which could come in handy. Even though the R16 does look very imposing with its clean presentation, it's actually surprisingly light, so when it comes to portability, it is quite big, but it's also very easy to handle. The S16, of course, it's not only light, but it's just compact enough to fit in your pocket, which if you're a TO or if you're just like heavy on luggage, could be an incredible plus. Both come with an L-shaped USB-C cable, an extra switch, the appropriate tools to replace them, and some rubber pads to prevent scratching and help with surface grip. Talking about specifics now, the R16 only gets better the longer you play with it. The matte finish really gives you that clean look, and adding with the smaller buttons, it's great if you want to get some custom art since there's a little bit more room for it to shine. I also love the rims around the buttons. They really make me feel a little bit more safe when it comes to accidentally popping one of those caps out, and it also makes it cleaner in general. The closed frame on a monitor comparing to the S16 is just another detail that makes the R16 really pop. Alongside the transparent plexi sheet reflecting the LED lights really gives you that fantastic finishing touch to this pad. Okay, now for a few gripes. First off, I'm a fan of bigger buttons. The small buttons do feel a little bit weird at first, but it does come in handy if you want to display that custom art. And even though I love the black plexi board, it does get dirty very fast, and the matte finishing kind of makes it hard to clean. Man, I get my greasy hands on this and just look at this. Ew. Also, the buttons do have a different layout where the directional buttons are actually closer to the face buttons, not really using the extra space of the board for a better ergonomic feel. As for our little boy, I actually gotta admit, I'm really impressed. The rounded edges on the caps makes pressing them and sliding your fingers through them feel like butter, which is great for a pad this compact. The way it's all packed in tightly in a pad this small, it's actually very surprising. I think the only downside is that it's very hard to navigate since all of the buttons are all cramped up, which also leaves very little space for custom art. Okay, so who are these for? For locals or traveling in general, the portability of the R16 is really great and still leaves you with an amazing feedback and an overall great presentation. The same could be said about the S16, but I hardly see a situation where it could be tournament viable. The S16 feels a little bit more right if you're a TO or if you're just packing with you for a local tournament or for a friend's house for those crazy third strike sessions at 3 AM. I'm really impressed by both controllers, so actually I gotta thank CosmoX again for giving me the opportunity to try them out. I will definitely keep playing with them for a little while because I do feel like they only get better the longer you play with them. So if you do decide to actually take advantage of the sale and get yourself one of these bad boys, hey, let them know Uncle Taka sent you. Thank you so much for watching. It's been a wild ride, but I gotta put some glad on my stride. Catch the express to the next fight. GG's.